Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started. Paul Heyman opened the latest episode of SmackDown, where he heaped praises on Roman Reigns and declared him as the only tribal chief after Reigns regained his Ula Fala by defeating Solo Sikoa clean on Raw's debut on Netflix in the Tribal Combat match. However, there is a possibility the OTC may soon face a heartbreaking betrayal. The Wiseman also declared that the OTC was now focused on regaining the title that he lost last year at WrestleMania 40. To achieve that, Reigns will be officially entering the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble to earn a title shot. In a shocking turn of events, Paul Heyman could cost Roman Reigns his Royal Rumble match. Later, the Wiseman might reveal that he was forced to cost the OTC the match as he owed a favor to CM Punk, which he asked Heyman to repay by helping him win the Royal Rumble and Main Event Mania. In the process, the Hall of Famer needed to cross Reigns. Following this jaw-dropper of a betrayal, the Stamford-based promotion could move forward in the direction of building a massive feud between Roman Reigns and CM Punk. Some earlier reports suggested that the creative team leaned towards the idea of booking a major bout between Punk and Reigns at WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas. With The Rock seemingly out of the picture, the Second City Saint would be a perfect matchup for the original tribal chief. That said, the proposed angle above is speculative at this point. Paul Heyman opens up on preparation for his being booted out of the Bloodline last year. Last year, Paul Heyman was booted out of the new Bloodline by Solo Sikoa and the rest of his heel faction after he denied acknowledging Sikoa as his tribal chief at Madison Square Garden. Paul Heyman got massive praise for his presence during the segment, as he looked naturally depressed and terrified. Recently, while speaking on Logan Paul's Impulsive podcast, Heyman opened up about his classic performance and how he prepared for it. He revealed he ate unhealthy food and slept less to look like a derailed older man. If he Solo Sikoa just spiked me, and then Jacob Fatu splashed me, that's everybody. But taking somebody who is obviously pushing 60 and out of shape like I am, taking someone who shouldn't go through that table, and violently putting me through that table, and those guys knew I want to go. This has to be violent. This has to be shocking. You got to sit there and go. Someone is going to save him, right? It's what the story calls for, Heyman said. It will be interesting to see what plans Triple H-led creatives have in store for Roman Reigns with Royal Rumble 2025 on the horizon. The WWE Universe was abuzz as the 2025 Royal Rumble approached. Roman Reigns, the undisputed tribal chief, had ruled over the WWE landscape for nearly 4 years. His dominance was unquestionable, but cracks in his empire began to show after repeated internal disputes within the bloodline. Paul Heyman, the wise and cunning special counsel to the tribal chief, had been by Roman's side through thick and thin. However, at the Royal Rumble, Heyman would do the unthinkable, cost Roman Reigns his most significant match in years. The betrayal wouldn't come out of nowhere. It had been brewing for months, if not years, and the ramifications would shake the foundation of WWE. In the weeks leading up to the Royal Rumble, tension between Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman became palpable. Roman's arrogance had reached an all-time high. While he trusted no one completely, his reliance on Heyman had grown strained. Reigns publicly berated Heyman for perceived failures, blaming him for the bloodline's dwindling unity and several near losses in recent months. The final straw came on an episode of SmackDown when Roman accused Heyman of losing control over his duties. The tribal chief made it clear that everyone, even Paul, was replaceable. This moment wasn't just a verbal lashing. It was a declaration of dominance that bruised Heyman's ego. Unknown to Reigns, Heyman had begun having secret meetings with a rising WWE star, a charismatic, towering figure who had caught the eye of the WWE Universe. Rumors swirled that Heyman was scouting for a new client, a younger, hungrier superstar to rival Reigns. The Royal Rumble was set to be a historic night. Roman Reigns had vowed to enter the match as the first participant, determined to prove why he was the undisputed leader of WWE. His goal wasn't just to win, but to dominate every competitor who dared challenge his reign. As the Rumble progressed, Reigns demonstrated his incredible resilience, eliminating a record-breaking number of participants. By the final moments, the WWE Universe believed Roman was unstoppable. Only one competitor remained, Cody Rhodes, the perennial underdog who had been a thorn in Roman's side since WrestleMania the previous year. The tension in the arena was electric. Roman and Cody squared off, trading blows as the crowd roared. Just as Roman prepared to deliver a devastating spear to eliminate Cody, Paul Heyman made his move. Heyman had been conspicuously absent during the match, his absence raising questions among fans and commentators. However, when Reigns had Cody on the ropes, Heyman emerged at ringside, holding the Universal Championship. Roman, confused but confident in his special counsel, turned to Heyman for support. Then it happened. Heyman slid the title into the ring, not to Reigns, but to Cody Rhodes. The crowd erupted in shock. Roman's expression shifted from confusion to fury as he realized what was happening. Cody, seizing the opportunity, smashed Reigns with the championship belt and tossed him over the top rope, securing his victory. Heyman stood at ringside, smirking as Roman lay on the floor, stunned. The betrayal was complete. In the aftermath, Heyman's motivations became clear. In an emotional promo on the following episode of SmackDown, Heyman explained his actions. For years, I stood by Roman Reigns. I sacrificed my integrity, my alliances, and my legacy to serve the tribal chief. But Roman forgot one thing: I made him. I took the big dog and transformed him into the head of the table. And how does he repay me? By treating me like a servant, a pawn in his game. Heyman revealed that his betrayal wasn't spur of the moment. It had been meticulously planned over months. He saw Cody Rhodes as the future of WWE, a star whose potential was being overshadowed by Roman's iron grip on the industry. Heyman claimed he wanted to be part of building the next dynasty, one that didn't revolve around Reigns' ego. Heyman also hinted at Roman's growing paranoia and insecurity, traits that had made him unbearable to work with. Roman became a tyrant, consumed by his need to control everything and everyone. But even the mightiest empires fall when the foundation crumbles. And I am the foundation. The betrayal sparked chaos within the bloodline. Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso, who had been trying to mend their fractured relationship with Roman, were now forced to pick sides. Solo's loyalty remained with the tribal chief, but Jimmy shocked everyone by siding with Heyman, claiming Roman's greed and manipulation had destroyed their family. Cody Rhodes, now aligned with Heyman, used his Royal Rumble victory to challenge Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. The storyline was no longer just about the title. It was deeply personal. Cody, with Heyman in his corner, represented a new era, while Roman fought to reclaim his throne and punish the man who had betrayed him. The matches that followed were intense and emotional. Roman and Cody's WrestleMania showdown was a brutal affair, with Heyman constantly interfering to tilt the odds in Cody's favor. Despite the odds, Roman put on one of the most resilient performances of his career, but ultimately, Cody dethroned the tribal chief. Paul Heyman's betrayal marked the end of Roman Reigns' historic reign and the beginning of a new chapter in WWE. It also cemented Heyman's legacy as one of the most cunning and influential figures in wrestling history. For Roman, the betrayal forced him to confront his vulnerabilities. Stripped of his titles, allies, and the aura of invincibility, he embarked on a path of redemption, determined to rebuild his empire from the ground up. Heyman, meanwhile, thrived in his role as the mastermind behind Cody Rhodes' rise to glory. However, he couldn't escape the looming shadow of Roman Reigns, who vowed to destroy everyone responsible for his downfall. Paul Heyman's decision to betray Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble was more than just a shocking moment. It was a storytelling masterpiece. The layers of tension, history, and emotion between Heyman and Reigns made this betrayal one of the most impactful events in WWE history. The fallout created endless possibilities for rivalries and character development, ensuring that the WWE Universe would remain captivated for years to come.